it's John from Neural DSP, and in this video, I'm going to give you the ultimate guide to using a Quad Cortex with your covers band. I'm at the legendary Real World Studios with my band Apollo. You're going to see us running through our live set and me breaking down the presets and tones I've built using Quad Cortex. The vocals were all processed with Neural DSP's vocal plugin, Mantra, and if you've seen those Mantra demo videos, you've already heard Fion's stems from this very session. Before we dive into the live set, I want to briefly talk about how I actually use Quad Cortex when we're out gigging. We might play over 30 songs in a night, all in different keys and different styles, and the transitions need to be instant. That's where Quad Cortex becomes essential for me. Let me walk you through my actual workflow. Before a gig, I organise all my presets into a set list, basically arranging them in the exact order we'll play the songs in. It's all done in the directory. With scene mode, I can handle those big changes in tone within a track. I might have a rhythm guitar tone in the verse, then suddenly I need a boosted lead tone for the solo. With scenes, I can assign different parameter values, drive levels, volume boosts, whatever I need to different foot switches. For example, I can tap foot switch A and I've got my rhythm tone, or tap foot switch C and I've got an instant lead sound. I can also change songs using the up and down foot switches. Now, one of my favourite features is transpose. In a function band, you're constantly dealing with different tunings. Maybe I need to drop to E flat for a certain track, or go even lower. I used to have to physically retune or swap guitars between songs, but now I just use the transpose block in my preset, set it to the amount I need to change my tuning by, and I'm done. My guitar stays in standard tuning, and Quad Cortex handles the rest. This keeps everything flowing in our live show. Another feature that's crucial for me is Cortex Cloud. I back up all my custom presets there, which means if I'm using a different Quad Cortex, maybe a backup unit at a gig, or in another studio, I can just log into my account and all my sounds are right there. And actually, all the presets you're hearing in this video are available for you to download on Cortex Cloud. If you want to dig into exactly what I'm using, they're all there for you to download and experiment with. So, let's get into the live session with my band Apollo, and I'll break down all the presets and sounds I'm using in each song. The preset for September is split into two scenes. First, let's take a look at scene A, clean dry, that I've set up as a clean, punchy sound. First, we have the input noise gate, followed by the dual compressor, the Captain 50 amp, and the 110 USPRN cab for a matter-of-fact, punchy, clean tone. Scene A is great for the verses or tighter rhythmic sections of the track.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing my mind, pretenders, while chasing the clouds away. My heart was ringing in the key that our soul was singing as we danced in the night. Remember how we knew that we'd see to stay.
For scene B, clean mod, we engage the dual chorus as well as a room reverb to add some ambience, as well as increasing the master on the Captain 50 amp for a bit more of a pushed clean tone. I use scene B for the choruses and the larger sections of the track where you want more stereo width and ambience on the guitar tone.
Say, do you remember dancing in September, baby? Never was a cloudy day.
And that's how I've set up the preset for September. For our cover of Night to Remember, this preset is set up with three scenes. For scene A, clean dry, we have the input gate engaged, a CS3 compressor, the Rolls Jazz CH120 model, the 212 US TWN cab, as well as the Chief CE2W stereo chorus. This scene is great for the main riff and for any tight, dry, rhythmic sections of the track.
Oh,
scene B, clean wet. The vibrato block is engaged as well as a modulated reverb. These effects make this scene ideal for chordal sections of the track where you want a wider stereo image and more ambience on your guitar tone. For the lead tone, scene C, a stereo slapback delay and myth drive are engaged to give more drive, sustain, and ambience for a blues-inspired lead tone. If you do a guitar solo in the track, like we do in our arrangement, this is an ideal setting to just have a bit more push and a different tone for the leads. When performing our arrangement of Ain't No Mountain, I use this preset with 3 scenes. For scene A, clean, we have the input gate engaged, the dual compressor, the UK C30 normal amp, a 110 US PRN cab, and a short slapback delay for some ambience. Scene A is great for the verse sections of the track especially, where you want a tight, clean rhythm sound straight down the middle.
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry, you won't have to worry.
Next, for scene B, clean mod, the dual chorus is engaged, and the output on the amp is increased for some more level. This scene is ideal for the choruses, where you want more level and energy to be brought to the track.
Baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
In the final scene for this preset, scene C, drive, the red drive is engaged to push the amplifier and give an overdriven rhythm sound. In our arrangement, I use this scene to really augment the sound of the band and thicken everything up as we go towards the climax of the track.
No wind, no rain, no winter's cold can't stop me, baby. Oh no, baby, 'cause you are my trouble. I'll be there on the double. Just sing for me, oh baby.
Next up, we have Blame It on the Boogie. This preset has 2 scenes. In this first scene, scene A, the input gate is engaged, and there is a legendary 87 compressor going into the UK C15 normal amp. This is followed by a 212 US TWN cab with a stereo Dream chorus after it to add some modulation and width. I use scene A for the verse sections where I want a narrow, tight, clean rhythm sound, which is great for single notes especially.
My baby's always dancing, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't get no loving, and that's no lie. We spent the night in Frisco, at every county disco. From that night I kissed my love goodbye.
Next, we have scene B, crunch. Here, the Brit Blues overdrive is engaged before the amplifier to push the tone into a more clean breakup territory. This crunch scene is great for the single note riff at the top and tail end of our arrangement.
Blame it on the boogie. I just can't control my feet. I just can't control my feet. I just can't control my feet. I just can't control my feet.
The next track is Uptown Funk, and here we have 3 scenes. We start off at scene A, clean dry, where we've got the input gate, a dual compressor, the Rolls Jazz CH120 amp model going into a matching cab, and finally a subtle room reverb to put it in a space. This scene is great for the verses, especially when you've got single notes that need to be dry and tight.
Stylin', wildin', living it up for the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gonna kiss myself, I'm so pretty. Too hot, I dance. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot, I dance. I'll make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot, I dance. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot, I dance. Well, I'm a bad, that money, break it down.
Next up, we have scene B, Clean Wet, in which a slapback delay is engaged to give it a more characterful ambience. I use this in the chorus sections when you still have the main hook, but you want a bit more energy and vividness and stereo width with the slapback delay.
Leave it just once, come on. Hey. Don't believe me just once, yeah.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, yeah.
Finally, for scene C, Clean Pushed, the Brit Blues overdrive is engaged to add gain and give a clean tone that has more bite. This scene is ideal for the end of the song, where the full band has those unison phrases where you need just a bit more energy to elevate the track.
Come on, say uptown, fuck you up. 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 Say what? Uptown, fuck you up. Uptown, fuck you up.
Next up in the set, we play our arrangement of the best. And for this preset, I've set up 4 scenes. First we have scene A, Clean Wet. Here, the input gate is engaged, followed by the Chief CS3 compressor, and we have a Rolls Jazz CH120 amp, followed by a dual chorus going into a 412 Xyla stereo cab, followed by a stereo tape delay and modulated reverb. This first scene is great for the verses, where you have a chorus, wide and wet clean tone.
Call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wired.
The next scene, scene B, Clean Crunch Mix, utilizes the splitter where we can mix in the red drive going into a Brit 2203 amp with our original clean tone and blend them together. This scene is ideal for the verse sections where you still want a relatively calm verse tone, but you want the aggression and grit of the distorted amplifiers, just like in the original track.
Give me a lifetime of promises and a world full of dreams.
The next scene, Clean Crunch 2, has the gain increased on the Brit 2203 amp, as well as the level of the distorted amp in the splitter's mixer. I use this scene for the chorus sections and the middle 8 when the full band are in and you want that aggression of the distorted amplifier, but you still want the clarity and vividness of the clean tone mixed in there as well.
You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say.
In the final scene, Lead, a myth drive is engaged in front of the distorted amplifier. The clean amp level is turned off via the splitter mixer, and the mix of the stereo tape delay is increased, together creating a vivid, wide, sustaining lead tone. This final scene is just what I need for a lead tone that's perfect if you have a guitar solo section like we do in our arrangement.
You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh baby, don't let go.
Next up in the set, we have Never Too Much. And for this preset, it's split into two scenes. In the first scene, Clean Mod, the input gate is engaged and there's a dual compressor going into a Rolls Jazz CH120 amp with a matching cab. This is followed by a 229T chorus and a room reverb. I use Scene A for the verses of this track, where you need the articulation and tightness for those single note lines.
You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you. How I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I have feelings deep enough to swear it. That's when you open up your heart and you told me to come in.
For the next scene, Clean Wet, a vibrato is engaged, as well as a modulated reverb to give the patch further sonic interest and appropriate 80s ambience. This scene is ideal for the chorus sections of the track, where you're going to be playing more triads and chordal parts, and you also want that level and width to fill out and make that section of the track bigger.
1,000 kisses from you is never too much. Too much, too much. And I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love. Oh. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want you, baby.
Next up, we have I Wanna Dance With Somebody. The preset for this track is set up with two scenes. In the first scene, Clean Mod, the input gate is engaged and that goes into the dual compressor, followed by the Captain 50 amp with a 212 Sir V-type cab. There is then a plug-in blend block side-chained to the input. This gives a bright and compressed DI guitar tone that's blended in with the clean amp sound. This is followed by a 229T chorus and a room reverb. I use this scene for the majority of the track, where it's based on that percussive and rhythmic guitar part where you want to retain the clarity and articulation without any of the ambience.
Dance with somebody who loves me. I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody who loves me.
For the second scene in this preset, Clean Wet, a stereo analog delay and modulated reverb are engaged to add width and ambience to the tone. This scene allows me to build on my initial tone, but now add the width and vividness of all of the wet effects to add a bit of atmosphere to the verses and the end section of the track.
This is spinning through the town. Sooner or later, the fever hits, and I wind up feeling down. I need a man who'll take a chance on a love that burns hot enough to last. 'Cause when the night falls, my lonely heart cries. I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody.
Da da. Whoa, whoa.
Next, let's have a look at the preset for All Night Long, which has three scenes. In Scene A, Clean Mod, the input gate is engaged and we have the legendary 87 compressor going into the Rolls Jazz CH120 amp with a matching cab. This is followed by a dual chorus and modulated reverb. I used this scene in the choruses of the track where I wanted to have a tight percussive sound, still with a bit of ambience and wetness to it with the chorus and the reverb, but not too much to get away and detract from the part.
All night long. All night long, yeah.
In the next scene, McLean wet, a stereo analog delay is engaged and the output of the amp is increased slightly to give a level boost for the chorus sections. This scene is perfect for the verse sections, where the part is a lot more stripped back and is essentially clean arpeggios going through the chord changes, and the wet effects help to give these parts sustain and atmosphere.
I feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control. We're going to party, Coramo, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing this song.
In the final scene, Drive, a Nobel OD1 is engaged before the amplifier to push the tone into a crunchy rhythm sound with plenty of mid-range presence to cut through. I bring in this Drive scene in the middle 8 where the arrangement has some stabs and more lead rhythm-based sections where you need a bit more sustain and drive to carry those parts across.
Once you get started, you can't sit down. Come join the fun, it's a merry-go-round. Everyone's dancing their troubles away. Come join our party and see how we play.
Next up we have Shut Up and Dance, and in this preset there are 4 scenes that build on each other as the track progresses. In the first scene, Crunch Wet, the input gate is engaged and we have a Brit Blues overdrive going in to a UK C30 normal amp and matching cab. The stereo slapback delay is engaged to give the tone a wider stereo width. After this, there's a room reverb to put it in a space. This scene is ideal for the intro, a part that's built on an arpeggio with a wide stereo image from the slapback delay.
Don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, shut up and dance with me.
In scene A, Crunch, the input gate is engaged and we have a Brit Blues overdrive going in to a UK C30 normal amp and matching cab. After this, there's a room reverb to put it in a space. This scene is ideal for the verse, which is built on a single note repeated line, where you still want enough saturation and aggression to give the part some punch, but you don't want too much to detract from the clarity of the part.
We were victims of the night. A chemical, physical kryptonite. Helpless to the base and the fading light. Oh, we were bound to be together, bound to be together.
Next up, in scene C, Pushed Crunch, the volume of the UK C30 amp is increased to add further drive for a pushed rhythm tone. I use this scene in the choruses where you have power chords that you need enough sustain and aggression to give the song some lift.
She said, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said ooh, shut up and dance with me.
Finally, for scene D, Lead, a red drive is engaged for further sustain and overdrive, as well as a vibrato block with a medium to fast rate, along with the slapback delay, analog delay, and room reverb for a vivid lead tone. This lead scene is perfect for the solo section of the track, as well as the outro that mimics this solo part.
Let's go, girl.
Now let's take a look at my preset for Man I Feel Like a Woman that's set up with 3 scenes. In scene A, Crunch, this has the input gate engaged and the threshold is scene assigned to keep this rhythm tone nice and tight. The signal then goes into a dual compressor that passes through an MK3 silicon fuzz, and this drives the UK C30 normal amp model that goes into a 412 brick cab with greenback speakers. I use this first scene for the verses with that fuzz-like rhythm tone. Next up we have scene B, Crunch Mod. Here, the splitter blends in a modulated clean tone from row 2 containing a Rolls Jazz CH120 amp model with a matching cab. Afterwards, there's a dual chorus and a Minal reverb. This second scene is great for the chorus sections where you need that aggressive fuzz rhythm tone, but you also want the vividness and clarity of that modulated clean tone blended in. In the final scene, lead, row 2 is muted and a Nobel OD1 is engaged to drive the distorted amp for a mid-present lead tone with a stereo slapback delay for some country-style slapback. I use this lead scene in the solo to help me cut through the rest of the band when playing live.
I feel like a woman.
The next preset I want to break down for you is for I'm Still Standing, and this has 3 scenes. In scene A, Crunch Mod, we have the input gate engaged and the signal goes through a legendary 87 compressor that is split into 2 rows, 1 and 2. In row 1, we have a modulated clean tone where there is a Rolls Jazz CH120 amp, a 412 Xyla cab, and a vintage chorus. Row 2 utilizes a Myth Drive, Captain 50 amp, and a 112 Xyla cab, where it is blended with the clean amp and these blended tones pass through a room reverb. I use this scene for the livelier sections of the track, such as the intro and the chorus sections, where you still want the punch and aggression of the overdriven rhythm sound, but still retaining the clarity and the width of the modulated clean tone.
Feeling like a little kid, and I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Next up, with scene B, Clean Wet Mod, the driven tone is muted and a modulated reverb is engaged after the room reverb. Scene B is perfect for the verses of this track, where the chordal parts need to be really spacious and fill out the verse sections.
Started down a road, leaving me again. The pets you made were meant to cut me down. If your love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now.
Finally, for scene C, Lead, the clean tone is muted and the drive of the Myth Drive is increased for an extra push into the driven amp. A stereo slapback delay is also engaged to add ambience and character to this lead tone. I engage this third scene for the guitar solo section of the track that requires an almost country style tone with a lot of mid-range and also enough drive and sustain to allow the solo to sit on top of the mix.
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
our cover of Happy, I used this preset with 3 scenes. In scene A, clean, the input gate is engaged, and the signal passes through a Chief CS3 compressor, a Brit Blues overdrive, the UK C15 normal amp, a 112 US DLX cab, and a room reverb to put it in a space. Scene A comes in really handy where you're playing the hook of the track, where you just want that matter-of-fact clean sound, such as in verse 1.
Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that can go to space. Yeah, I don't care, baby, by the way.
Next up, in scene B, clean mod, a dual chorus block is engaged, as well as a mono slapback delay. I use scene B in the choruses, where you want to add some stereo width and lift the track for those bigger sections.
If you feel like a room without a roof, clap along if you feel happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel that's what you want to do. 'Cause brand new.
In the final scene, crunch lead, the dual chorus is disengaged while a red drive is brought in to drive the amp even further. I use this crunch lead scene in moments of the arrangement where the band do stabs and other hits that require a bit more aggression and punch.
Bring it down. Bring me down. You can't know that. Bring me down. My love is too high. Bring me down. You can't know that. Bring me down. Let's do this one more time. Bring me down. You can't know that. Bring me down. My love is too high. Bring me down. You can't know that. Say bring me down. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel that's what you want to do.
The next tune in the set is Dancing in the Moonlight, and my preset for this track has 4 scenes. In scene A, clean dry, the input gate is engaged and the signal first goes through a dual compressor and straight into a CA 1-star clean 100 watt normal amp. This then goes into a 412 CA trad cab. There is also a room reverb engaged at all times to add some subtle ambience to the guitar tone. Scene A is ideal for sections like the verse, where you just want a simple clean tone that's perfect for either single note or chordal guitar parts.
Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep things loose to keep it tight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
Next, in scene B, clean mod, a dual chorus is engaged. This scene allows the guitar tone to be lifted and have a wider stereo image, and it's ideal for sections like the chorus when you want to make the arrangement sound bigger.
In the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
For scene C, clean pushed, the gain is increased on the amp with the output attenuated slightly to compensate. I use this scene in the stabs of the track where everyone emphasizes the chord hits, and it just adds that extra bit of aggression to make the band sound a bit bigger. Finally, on scene D, Clean Wet Mod, a tremolo is engaged before the amp, as well as the dual chorus, a stereo analog slapback delay, and a modulated reverb. I use this scene in the final sections of the track, where you still want the stereo width and the clarity of a clean tone, but you want that ambience from the wet effects to really make everything gel together and sound atmospheric. The next track is Ain't Nobody, and here I've got a preset set up with 4 different scenes. In scene A, Wet Clean, the input gate is engaged, and we first have a Chief CS3 compressor going into the UK C30 normal amp, then into the 212 Sir V-type cab. This is followed by a 2-2 9T chorus, a stereo analog delay, and a room reverb. I use scene A in the first verse of the track, where I want the clarity of the clean tone for the chords, but I want the wet effects to give it that spacious quality and fill out the arrangement.
When I heard your song, you filled my heart with your bliss. You gave me freedom. I knew I could not resist. I needed someone. And now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever. Oh.
Next up, with scene B, Crunch, a myth drive is engaged and the analog delay is bypassed. You could use this scene in the verses when the guitar part gets a bit more aggressive and slightly overdriven, but not to the full energy of the chorus sections.
I wait for night time to come to bring you to me. I can't believe I'm the one. I was so lonely. I felt like no one could feel. I must be dreaming. I want this dream to be real. I need this feeling. I make my wish upon a star and hope this night will last forever. Oh.
Now for scene C, Crunch Wet, the analog delay is engaged and the mix of the room reverb is increased. I use this scene in the intro of the track to highlight the main motif and also in the chorus, as it's a great hybrid rhythm and lead tone. Finally, with scene D, Lead, a red drive is engaged before the myth drive and the mix of the analog delay is increased. I use this lead scene in the outro of our arrangement, where we have a dual sax and guitar solo to end the track. The next preset I want to break down for you is for Backstreet's Back, and it contains 2 scenes. In scene A, Crunch Octave, the input gate is engaged, and the first block on the grid is a poly octaver with a high mix of the sub an octave below the drive signal. After that, there is the legendary 87 compressor block. This then goes into the Brit 2203 amp model with a 412 Brit cab, and finally a room reverb for some subtle ambience. I use this first scene in the main riff sections of the track because it's nice and thick and it really adds that weight to the arrangement.
rock your body, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Backstreet's back, I said Backstreet's back.
Next, in scene B, clean wet, the gain on the amp is reduced to clean up the tone, and modulation is added via dual chorus and vibrato blocks after the cap. To add to the character of the tone, a dual reverse delay is engaged. This second scene is perfect for the chords in the verse where you really need that spacious ambience to fill out the track.
Rock your body, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Backstreet's back, alright.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister. Sister, go, sister, soul, sister, go.
For our rendition of Lady Marmalade, I've built this preset with 3 scenes. In scene A, crunch -5, the input gate is engaged, and we have some pitch blocks. The first of which is a transpose block, pitching down the guitar 5 semitones, and after this, there is a poly-octaver block with the sub-octave below at 70% mix for a thick, layered riff tone. The next block is a Brit Blues overdrive that pushes the signal into the Brit 2203 amp and the 412 Zyler V30 cab. Finally, we have a room reverb at the end of the chain to put it in a space. I use this scene in the intro and the verses of the track to highlight the main riff.
Down low, Moulin Rouge, strutting her stuff on the street. She said, hello, hey Joe, you wanna give it a go? Oh, no.
Next, for scene B, pushed crunch -5, the gain on the Brit Blues overdrive and the amp are increased to drive the amp for more aggression and sustain. I use this scene to not only add further aggression and drive to the riff, but also to the phrases that the whole band emphasizes.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
The next scene, lead, the transpose block transposes the guitar's pitch back up to the original pitch, a dual compressor is engaged, the Brit Blues overdrive is bypassed, and a myth drive is engaged to push the mids and drive the solo 100 lead amp with the previous Brit 2203 amp bypassed. To give the lead tone some depth and atmosphere, a stereo digital delay is engaged and the mix and decay of the room reverb are increased. I use the lead scene for the guitar solo section of the track, where I need a completely different character to the rhythm riff tone. Here I need something more compressed with more mid-range and saturation and drive to really let that solo soar above the band. The next tune is Gimme Gimme Gimme, and for this preset I have 3 scenes. In scene A, clean mod, the input gate is engaged, and the signal passes through a dual compressor first, and the signal is then sent via a splitter to a Captain 50 amp with a dual chorus after it. This then goes into a stereo 412 Brit cab with a stereo digital delay and modulated reverb in post. I use the clean mod scene in the intro of the track where you want a clean tone with some stereo width. Next, in scene B, clean crunch mix, the splitter mixes in a Brit 2203 amp to blend in a crunch tone to our wet clean sound with a digital delay bypassed. I use scene B in the verses of the track, where I want to have the aggression of the distorted amp, but also retain the clarity from the clean modulated tone to highlight the chord voicings I'm playing. Finally, in scene C, crunch, the mixer mutes the modulated clean tone path and the gain increases on the Brit 2203 amp for more aggression, while the mix of the modulated reverb is reduced for a tight rhythm tone. This crunch scene really suits the chorus of the track, where you need that distortion and aggression for the power chord heavy parts. For Livin' on a Prayer, this preset has 3 scenes. For scene A, crunch phaser, the input gate is engaged, and the first block is a phaser modulation block, emulating the talkbox famously used on Livin' on a Prayer. This goes into a solo 100 lead amp and a 412 EV straight cab with a room reverb to give it some ambience. Crunch phaser is a perfect scene for the classic riff in the verse of this track, emulating the talkbox.
Union's been on strike, he's down on his luck, it's tough. So tough. Jenna works the diner all day, working for a man, she brings home a pay for love. Hey, for love.
Next, on scene B, wide rhythm, the gain on the amp is increased, the phaser is bypassed, and a dual chorus is engaged after the cab for some stereo width and pitch modulation for a wide, aggressive rhythm tone. The wide rhythm scene is perfect for the pre's and the choruses, where you want that classic 80s aggressive, distorted rhythm sound. Finally, for scene C, lead, a rodent drive is engaged to drive the amp further and give more sustain. On top of this, a stereo digital delay is engaged, and the mix and decay of the room reverb are increased to add some appropriate atmosphere to this 80s style lead patch. The lead scene is just what I need for the solo, full of saturation and those glorious 80s effects. Now let's go through the preset for Sweet Child of Mine, which has 4 scenes. In scene A, lead, the input gate is engaged, and the first block on the grid is a transpose to pitch the guitar down a semitone to match the original track. Next, there is a crying wah block that is set to engage upon movement of an expression pedal. The signal then goes into a Brit 2203 amp model with a 412 Brit cab and a room reverb after. This gives an appropriate ambience and stereo width to this iconic lead sound. Scene A is used for the iconic introduction of this track, as well as the solos in between the verses and choruses. In Scene B, clean chorus, the distorted amp is bypassed and a Brit 900 clean amp model is engaged, as well as a Chief CE2W chorus block to replicate the clean tone in the verses. This scene is perfect for that classic verse clean chorus tone. The next scene, Crunch Rhythm, has the distorted Brit 2203 amp engaged, and the gain is increased to give appropriate drive and aggression to this rhythm tone, with a mix of the room reverb brought back to keep it nice and tight. This crunch rhythm scene gives me the aggression and bite I need for that classic Guns N' Roses rhythm sound. Finally, for Scene D, Lead 2, this tone is a copy of the prior lead tone with an increase of gain on the distorted amp for a more singing sustain on the latter solos of the track. This Lead 2 scene then is perfect when you need that extra boost to cut through the band in the bigger moments of the track. This preset I use for our cover of Mr. Brightside has 3 scenes. In Scene A, pushed clean, the input gate is engaged, a transpose block pitches the guitar down a semitone, and there is a dual compressor adding subtle compression to the signal. Then there is a myth drive before a Brit TM45 bright amp with a 112 UK C15 blue cap. This is followed by a Graphic 9 EQ to boost the mid-range before the room reverb, adding the final ambience to the tone. I used this push clean scene in the intro and also the verses of the track.
And she's calling a cab, Roxy's having a smoke, and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed, and my stomach is sick, and it's all in my...
The next scene is Crunch. Here, the splitter brings in a UK C15 normal amp and a 112 UK C15 blue cab, and pans this hard right with the Brit TM45 amp panned hard left. Scene B is perfect for the pre-chorus and also the chorus sections, where you still need the width and aggression of the amplifiers, but also the clarity for the extended chord voicings.
Jealousy, turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibi, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is cold
scene C, crunch lead, the drive on the MIF drive is increased to push both of the amplifiers. The mix of the room reverb is also increased to give a more rhythm lead hybrid tone, perfect for the dyad-based guitar parts in this track. This scene can then give you that extra boost to sit on top of the band, especially when playing live. Next up in the set is Sex on Fire, and the preset I use for this has 3 scenes. Starting off in scene A, crunch, the input gate is engaged and there is a MIF drive driving a Watt D103 normal amp model going into a UK C15 blue cab and a room reverb. This crunch scene is perfect for the intro of the track and also the first half of the verses. For scene B, crunch pushed, the splitter brings in a second driven amp, the Solo 100 Crunch Bright, that is blended in to taste. The crunched pushed scene is great for the second half of the verses where you need that driving, more aggressive and saturated rhythm tone.
The kitty like play, it has people talking, they're talking.
In scene C, lead, the Watt D103 amp is bypassed and the Captain 50 amp is engaged and blended with the Solo 100 Crunch Bright amp. These amps are then driven further with a red drive to add to the saturation added by the MIF drive. The mix of the room reverb is increased to give a singing and ambient lead tone for the chorus sections. The lead scene is perfect for the chorus sections where you have that iconic lead line with plenty of sustain and saturation.
Your sex is on fire.
When we play Teenage Dirtbag, I use this preset with 3 scenes. Scene A, clean, utilises the input gate and the signal goes into a US TWN normal amp model and a 412 CA trad cab. There is then a plug-in blend block that is sidechained to input 1, my dry guitar input. This processes and blends it in with the clean amp tone in such a way to mimic an acoustic guitar sound. There is then a dual chorus after this to add some width and a room reverb to put it in a space. The clean scene is perfect for the acoustic verse parts of the track.
Half an hour, know how she rocks in kicks and tube socks, but she doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't give a damn about me.
Next, scene B, distorted, bypasses the clean amp and engages the D-Cell Hisbert Channel 3 amp for a more driven and aggressive tone for the chorus. A doubler is engaged to add a stereo double-tracked type effect for the wide chorus rhythm guitars. Scene B, the distorted scene, is ideal for the choruses and also the pre-choruses when the band is at its loudest.
Teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh.
Finally, scene C, crunch, bypasses the doubler and reduces the gain on the D-Cell Hisbert amp channel 3 to create a narrower, lighter crunch tone for the build-up. I use this crunch scene in the final build-up chorus of the track, where you need less gain and saturation to really have a wider dynamic range. When we play I Want It That Way, I move over to the acoustic guitar, and the preset I've made has two scenes. Scene A, acoustic dry, utilises the input gate and the dual compressor to keep the signal consistent and give sustain for picked parts. Alongside this, there is a plate reverb to give the acoustic tone some ambience, a graphic 9 EQ to reduce some of the standout frequencies, and a gain block to boost the signal level slightly. I use this first acoustic dry scene in the intro and also the verses where you want a more modest acoustic sound.
Our two worlds apart and reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way.
Next, for scene B, acoustic wet, a dual chorus is engaged to add some stereo width and pitch modulation. On top of this, the decay of the plate reverb is increased to add further atmosphere and sonic interest to this secondary acoustic tone that is perfect for the bigger chorus sections. This scene can really add depth to the sound of the band and help lift those chorus sections. It's really great to be able to have the functionality to process the acoustic in this way and augment the sound of the band in those sections.